Be to yourself. Stay to yourself. Trust nobody. Trust nobody.
Have you seen the picture of you when you were young in your room with all the
with my headphones on and like the Jergens lotion?
You worked for it. Like you worked for it.
Hard.
You were young. How young were you? How old were you in that picture? Do you know the one with the NPC? What's that? NPC? The SP behind her?
SP.
Wow.
SP 1200, which I programmed personally.
Wow.
So you were learning
15.
how to make beats on all those machines.
15
I think you had an ADAT machine in
I had an ASR. We had the ADAT. Then I transferred to the MP 2500, and then I got to the 3000. I'm still on the 3000.
So you did more than envision it just to think about it. You applied yourself.
My ass off.
There's a big difference in that.
You're right.
Right.
You definitely have to work for it. For sure. There's nothing that's going to come easy for nobody. You know that, you know that, y'all all know that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But that doesn't mean that we don't have the tenacity, the genius, the brilliance, the possibility, the potential to work for what we want. And I love what you're saying because that's true. Because people do think, oh, it's just supposed to fall in my lap.
Right.
Because why? You know what I mean? So we definitely do have to work for our shit. And we work hard. To this day, I work my ass off, but I believe in what I do, and I love what I do, and I love connecting with my people, and I love being able to share, and I love being able to write songs that mean something to somebody, and 50 years down the line that means something to somebody. That's what I'm here to do, and I'm never going to jump out my lane. This is my lane, and I'm going to always, bring more to it because that's how I believe in it. You know what I mean? So I love what you're saying.
That's true passion.
Yeah, I just feel so grateful to continue on that legacy. That legacy of that songwriter, that individual, unique artist. Like a Nina Simone. Like these artists that really they had something to say. They had a perspective that they operated from. They wasn't backing down for nobody. Like they wasn't fitting in anybody's box. They wasn't trying to be commercial. It wasn't about that. It was about like, what do you want to say? Who are you and how do you express? And so for me to be compared to artists like that means a lot.
Yeah.
Like means a lot. And I don't take that for granted. That's something I appreciate.
That's love.
My take on Swiss is that he is the most real human on the planet. Ask anybody who knows him.
Yes.
He's on the phone with people that he loves at 3 in the morning. I'm like, babe, you're not gonna come to bed?
Yeah.
But he's on the phone with people because they need him.
Yeah.
Because they're going through something and they need somebody to listen.
I'm probably one of them.
You are definitely one of them.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Bus is definitely one of them. Name him. He shows up for everybody times a million. I never seen a loyalty or a respect, speaking of loyalty to respect, like him. That people love him in a way that I never experienced before. There's a real connection. He can call you tomorrow. He can call anybody and say, my brother, blah, 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 and it's a real thing. Not because it's some fake industry bullshit, because it serves you at the moment. He's one of the realest person I ever met. So my perspective on him is that he's always going to speak his truth because whatever he's saying, there's validity behind it. And beside it, he is absolutely the most genuine person. And he's thorough, he's the realest of the real. He tells me the realest of the real can go out without a dollar in their pocket and be good. And that's who he is. That's
Hold on, I want to tell you, I get massages to Sade, right? And I feel like this album that you got is my first time getting Sade out of my tape deck. Even though it's not a tape deck.
Did y'all just hear that?
It's massage worthy.
It's massage music. Oh, it's massage music.
And Sade, first of all, is one of one. I love her so much. So for you to just say, hold on.
Yes.
That's a very big deal.
Yeah, do you know, like, you're the new version, the new...
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because that's my big sister in my head.
Wow.
In my head, Sade is my big sister, like, for sure.
Right. And did you ever make stuff?
Yeah, we met.
Wow.
We met. She actually performed on a show with me. That was crazy. I had to, fix my mouth to ask her to come out and perform. Because, she's like she's like so ethereal.
Yeah, she's like the prince.
She just disappeared. She's just like, and then she reappeared, and it's like that. It's like that. So I met her in London, and we connected. And at the time, I was doing my organization, Keep a Child Alive, and we did something called the Black Ball. And so every year we had really powerful performances. And so I asked her to be a part of it. And so she told me yes.
Wow.
And when I tell you, I left the room. I was like, thank you, sister. You know, big love. I'm gonna see you soon. I left the room. I went around the corner as fast as I could get, and then I jumped up and down like a
yes.
Like I was super. And then her assistant walked by, saw me acting crazy. I was like, good to see y'all.
So let me ask you, because you also met Prince and Michael, correct?
I did.
How was First off,
we love stories from both.
Yeah, we love stories from both of them. So whichever way you want to start,
So,
Prince or Michael. Yeah.
Prince, man, you know, another one
Did he call you on the phone?
He called me a lot. He would check in on me a lot. And I don't even know how he got my number. Like, I don't understand.
No one's going to tell you how Prince got your number.
He's another mysterious one.
He's another one.
Yeah.
He's float over there, and he come back. And, and by the way, if you ever want to get him on the phone,
listen,
it's a whole different situation.
I feel like Prince was a gangster on the phone. Is that true? I'm just bugging out. This is just my imagination.
He was definitely very direct. He was a very, very direct.
Wow.
You know, so he would call me on the phone, like, after he heard You Don't Know My Name, and he was like,
You don't know my name.
Baby, baby, baby.
You can't take it out of me, Alicia. I go. Well, he called you after that? Okay.
He called me, he's like, I just heard your new record. And I was like, hello?
Right.
And you know it's him because he's the only one that sound like that.
Yeah.
And so he was like, I love what you're doing. I love that sound that you're doing. I love how you producing all your records. Like, this is powerful. Keep doing what you're doing. So he would hit me like that, and I said.
So what did you save his name as in your phone?
I swear, he always called me from like some old.
So random
try
number?
to call it back, you can't, and I wasn't trying to be
He got throwaways and shit.
So it wasn't really. I don't. You know, if I called him, I would, call through somebody. It was
Probably
kind of
called
like
you from
that.
Lake Minotaur.
Definitely.
Like, it was somewhere crazy.
Definitely somewhere crazy.
You
And then
remember that's what Chappelle said? I'm just kidding. Looking at him bad.
yeah, no, Chappelle for sure. Then he would pop up on my shows, and then you would just know they'd be like, Prince is here.
Right. And everything turned purple.
Nah,
Everything
you
turned
just
purple,
like-
right? Like,
Purple mist.
Purple mist, you know? Yeah. Is that
Dogs flying.
It definitely happened. So you don't really want to know that Prince is at your show.
Because there's pressure on you.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah,
be
I can see
performing
that.
when Prince is at your show.
Right.
Right?
And then Prince call you late and be like, you didn't hit the high note. Like, this is
Nah,
crazy.
he's
I don't know
he's
why I
raw.
play his voice like that. I'm sorry.
He's raw. He'd be like, your sound was fucked up this show. And I'd be like,
He never told you that.
no, he told me that.
No.
He's like, your sound wasn't right. Your sound was fucked up. And I was like, so you think it was? But he tried to work through it. He was like, I think it's a little bit between the speakers that are happening. It's a little bit between how the mixer's treating it. And he would actually, like, big brother vibes, like, properly tell me some truthful shit, which you really won't get from most people. You know what I mean? So he's amazing.
A lot of people said that he was like an artist, like pro artist, everything. Okay, but how about Michael?
Michael, I only met him one time.
Was Bubbles there, the monkey?
I didn't meet the monkey.
Alright, cool.
I met his kids,
Okay,
so that was cool.
Okay.
And then he was just cool as hell, man.
Really?
He was so cool. I mean, always soft-spoken, always that, that energy, and always like so curious. I remember it might have been March, and there was still a Christmas tree up.
Wow.
So I remember I was like,
Wait, in his house?
yeah, it was definitely not near Christmas for sure. But look, I like Christmas trees too, so I get it.
That shit would stay all year round.
You know, it's good. It's good. So, and he was. And
I thought that was just a Puerto Rican thing. You mean other people do that?
See?
Okay.
Not just because you never take your tree
Yeah,
down.
I don't never put it up, neither. Holy shit. So Michael had his Christmas tree set up in March.
So it had like that, So anyway, everything was like kind of whimsical and kind of just like dreamy and everything. And I remember he was like giving all this information about Thriller, and he was like, I've had all these memories, and that big ass plaque that had like 400,000 times platinum was on the floor.
Wow.
It was like on the floor in the corner.
Wow.
So it was ill. It was so good. He was just so full of love, and he was super sweet and so loving. And who would have ever thought that was the last?
Wow.
I mean, that I only met him one time.
Wow.
But he's amazing. I love him. Who don't love Michael? Which is why you love When You Call My Name, because I sound like a little Michael vibe.
Wayne, Nas, Jay-Z. Is there ever somebody you tried to work with and told you no?
Well, I'm pissed that I didn't get to perform with Prince. I'm pissed.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? I just feel like we was meant to perform together. He came to all my shows. He loved me, supported me, and I'm pissed.
You think it's your fault to not invite him on stage?
Maybe. I think maybe I was shy. You know, a lot of times you feel like you don't deserve.
Because he's infamous for impromptu stuff.
And he called me to his. So, okay, in that case, you're right, because we did have one where he asked me to be at one of his kind of after party things,
right.
but I wanted us to have like a Grammys. I wanted us to have like a moment.
You wanted to rehearse
like we
things,
deserved a moment in history, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I gotta say, we had an unforgettable time at one of his kind of like secret joints, which was mind blowing. I have pictures from it. It's crazy. But that one, I still feel like me and Lauren are meant to.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I can't believe we haven't brought Lauren in this whole conversation.
Yes, why has Lauren not come up in this combo? Because she is greatness personified.
Absolutely.
So me and her, there's just such an emotional energy that she brings, and I feel like we could have something really, really crazy. Has anybody told me no? No.
Oh, good. That's fucking fantastic. Because we had Nas sitting at the same table, and the only person he said that did front on him was Prince, and he said it wasn't because he didn't want to do the record with him. It was because Nas didn't own his masters, and he was
real like that.
Yeah, when he said no, that was
no,
ill.
I had the song that I had called Like You'll Never See Me Again, which is one of my favorite songs. It does have a progression very close to Purple Rain.
Right.
And I had to go see him. I flew out to London. He was in like this hotel, and I had to find it. Like this is never an easy thing when you're looking for Prince. So I had to find him. I had to sit with him. And I said to him, like, I love this record. It's so powerful. I wrote it for my grandmother. It's about like seizing the moment and not letting it go, and loving the person like you might never see them again, because you know how short life is. And so he felt it. He was good, and he was like, Alicia, I'm not sending these people's children to college on my shit.
This shit is deep. Whoa.
And he said that to me. Whoa. I was like, how could I argue? You know what I mean? Like, how could you? I was like, and so he was like, I don't know what you need to do. Flip the chords up, change them around, make them like close but not quite. And I promise you, I will be fine with it. But I can't. We have to own our shit. He was way ahead of his time. He was way ahead of his time. Like, I feel like he would have flourished now.
Yeah.
Now it's his time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Killed it right now.
You know what I mean? Because he was about this forever.
Yeah.
We finally getting around, and he'd been there.
We were so scared to ask you. Kanye smoked it. You brought our price
on Big Champs? I mean, I don't know.
The question that I'm wondering is...
They told me you were big time smoker.
Whoa.
Like I opened it and there's more.
Yeah.
But were you supposed to pop this with your teeth?
I don't know.
Don't worry, I got your back. You don't gotta do all that. I'm gonna do it.
Now they get the boy there.
All right, so here's the question.
Yes.
What is this part?
It's called...
Would that be tobacco?
It's called tobacco, because it's fake tobacco.
No, that's vegan. That's a vegan tobacco.
It's like
vegan tobacco, yeah. It's
tobacco.
It's soy tobacco. I don't know what I'm saying, but I think it's true.
And then what grade or strain?
It says it right there.
It's a great Smoke Champ strain.
It is called...
Grown in the mountains of Austria.
I would prefer Dominican Republic.
Hemp rolled
Grown in the mountains of Dominican Republic.
Yes.
Next to the Mama Juana branches.
Now, I do appreciate the wooden filter.
Yes, we would like for you to classify that, because Kanye smoked the prototype. This is the actual
that's the
real
real
shit.
So this is a
you'll
new
be the
thing.
first
You
one to
tested
ever
for us?
smoke that on Smoke Champs.
So I'm not going to be coughing and shit. I don't want to be coughing.
I don't want to be
Now, we edit out the cough.
Yeah, we'll edit out the cough. Whatever. Yeah, oh my God, is it going on?
Can we play some Bob Marley?
Yeah, I think let's make sure I'm not gonna cough.
No, you ain't gonna
If I cough,
No, don't worry.
We gonna edit.
shit.
No, we edit that.
Oh,
We edit
we
that
gonna
stuff out. We have a.
Don't worry, me and Swiss is editing this episode anyway. Don't worry about it. We got your back. We love you guys. I heard you're a big time smoker. That's what they said on the low.
But you gotta say
On
big
the
time
low.
smoker.
On the low. So this is actually like awkward question. You tell me if it's awkward. Would you ever think about making a reggae album?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I have a lot of reggae records that I've made that is natural for me. This back to the soul vibe that we were talking about. There's such a soul there, there's such an energy there. No one had a crazy reggae remix. You Don't Know My Name had a crazy roots remix. There's so many songs that I have that I feel like that's natural. I actually think a reggae record would be like a zone for me.
So are you going to change your name like Snoop Lion? What would be... What the fuck's wrong, Joe?
But I do
Would it be
think
Alicia Tiger?
I was about to ask.
it would be Alicia Panther.
That's fire.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm buying the album. I already pre-ordered it.
You got it.
I already
Panther.
pre-ordered it.
Panther, let's go.
And
This was pretty smooth.
What is your ultimate...
thank you. We grew it ourselves.
If you could work with anybody, dead or alive, if you could work with anybody, who would it be? Let's pick 3.
All right, if it was 3.
Anybody, dead or alive.
I feel like it would be Kurt Cobain,
I can see that.
Nina Simone, Marvin Gaye.
What an amazing.
Wait, I changed it.
You go 5. You
Kurt
go 5.
Cobain,
Okay.
Nina Simone, we're gonna go 5.
You go 5.
Marvin Gaye, Big L. I feel like that would be so crazy. And Nipsey.
She's going above and beyond. She's killing it.
That's because I was late. It's fine, you got me.
So, holy shit, that is a great fucking...
That's a good list.
That's how about Bob Marley?
And I was gonna say about mine, but I feel like it was obvious because
It's obvious because of your regular. Yeah. You're right.
But I feel like Bob is so special. Like, how can one person be so prolific and like so willing to share the truth? You know what I mean?
And the thing about it is I related to you because, like, it's certain records that you can drop at any moment. Like, You Don't Know My Name can drop right now. And it'll be the same relative. Like, you make timeless
Like it
music.
transcends time.
Yeah, like when I listen to you, like, and I really did a study because, like I said, just because Swiss is your husband and he's my friend, I wanted to do my due diligence.
Right.
And I wanted to go and I'm asking him questions. That's how I got the you with Raekwon being.
I see. That's intel.
I'm going in. I'm
See, you got
going in
intel.
and I'm going in. But it's like you really make timeless music. So as I'm going through, because we had the Alicia Keys Essentials. So this is the list of just your hits. And it's like, when we listen to it, because that's what we do before our artists walk in, and we sit there and we're sitting here and we're all listening to it because we all set up at 3 o'clock. So we all set up
we were
here.
here at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we were here at 3 o'clock. We just
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, damn, your music is really timeless. Like, you could have, there's certain of your albums you could drop right now and it's still relevant.
That's
like, how the fuck did you do that?
That's amazing.
And are you doing it on purpose or?
I just like kind of what we kind of left off on is what you asked me, and I think, I'm not chasing anything. I'm not chasing a trend. I'm not chasing a sound. I'm not chasing anything. I'm chasing the truth. I'm chasing my truth. I'm chasing my honesty, and just following that. So I think that's what allows it to just be honest. And when it's honest, you can feel it forever. It's like it don't matter. It's just like that was that person's feelings in that moment. So. I feel like that's what it is. But I appreciate you saying that because that's actually a really big accomplishment. I didn't know that then. I realize that now. Like when people can actually be 6 years old, 20 years old, 35 years old, 65 years old, and they can all relate to the same music. That's something. So I don't take that for granted.
And honestly, this is probably only question I could ask you or Busta Rhymes, like in a real way. What do you love more, making a record or performing a record?
I gotta say Busta, first of all.
Yeah.
Yo, can we please give him his flowers?
We always give him his flowers.
Oh, I mean, okay, but I just want to give him his flowers.
Oh, that's my bro.
The way that he cultivates energy is out of this world.
It's very true.
Out of this world. So what's my favorite is making the record or performing the record? Dang, that's such a good question. I feel like making it, you have this personal experience with it that really feels magical because it's that you're by yourself or you're with 3 or 4 people and there's something about it that you're like, I really feel something in this. You don't know if you're gonna like it or you're gonna like it or you're gonna like it. You have no idea, but there's something magical that exists that you feel like, I feel like there's something special here. When you perform it and you get a chance to see how people actually connect with it, it's mind-blowing because you're like, this thing was invisible 6 months ago.
It was in the ether. You pulled it out.
It's almost like busting the gun that you bought because you don't really know.
Is it? Is that it?
Yeah, kind of like, I'm sorry.
Okay. I mean,
isn't it like, because some people, you buy a gun, how do you really know if this works?
Like it may or may not shoot.
Yeah, it may or may
you're
not
right.
shoot.
It may or may not shoot. And it shoot.
And it shoot.
You're like,
keep
oh.
You like that feeling. You like that feeling.
Yeah, because I always felt, I mean.
That's the best analogy I've ever heard in my life.
Unlocked.
I'm sorry.
Unlocked.
I was trying like a motherfucker, too. I was trying.
That's the way.
Yeah.
No, but I got it.
Because you know why? You're an excellent performer.
Thank you.
Like, I've always watched your performance at these shows when you come out, you got the piano on. I said piano on. You
I do have the piano on.
Yeah. But, like, you've never had a lame performance. That's why I compare you, like, to Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, Busta's
like, I've never seen Busta have
come halfway.
Like, he just performed for Dave Chappelle, and he just was there for 12 minutes. And I don't know what he did. He just, gone. Boom, I said, holy shit, Busta's crazy. That was
He said that he never headlined a tour.
And he told me he never rehearsed. I swear to
He
God.
never headlined a tour.
Did you believe that? I was
That's
like,
crazy.
he's a legend. He literally is the best, potentially one of the best MCs that ever. And the fact that he still could spit just like that right now.
Because you know why? Motherfuckers are scared to go after Busta.
Oh, nah, you can't go. You know what? That's it.
That's the reason
That's
why.
exactly
Well, that's
why.
why he should headline the motherfucking tour.
Yeah, but then everybody never
That's
want to come back on Tuesday.
You actually
He carries the torch. Y'all come under, let's go.
On Tuesday, everybody ain't gonna want to go. It's not. Listen, let me just tell you something. I did a show. I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. I did a show. This is real talk. This is real talk. In San Francisco, Don Omar came to the promoter and said, if I go after Nori, I'm giving the money back. What he didn't know at the time, Don Omar, was he was bigger than me.
Right.
In this Latino market. But people were so scared of Oye Mikando. Boricua. That shit was on smash some shit. So he made the promoter make me go.
So, you had to go after him.
I had to go after him.
And so, were
I couldn't come after Dale. Was that shit he had?
Come on,
Dale. What the fuck? I didn't want to perform after that. And it's the whole Spanish
He
audience.
did that to stick you.
He did. He got me.
He stuck you.
He got me.
you.
He got me.
It's okay.
But
It's okay.
I realized how crazy it is. Is there anybody who was scared to perform after you?
Everybody.
I would imagine everybody.
I love it. Alicia's going in. No, and you're alive. Like, one of the things that the Locks pointed out when they battled with Dipset was that there were certain records that they were going over. You never lip sync. That is a disrespect to your craft.
I feel, also, I'm very, very serious about auto-tune too. I feel that a lot of, I just personally, I'm gonna sing the record and I'm gonna sing it until it's right. And if it's not right, I'm gonna keep singing it. I'm gonna practice it, I'm gonna fix it, and I'm gonna come back and sing it. But to me, I feel like a lot of people who use auto-tune